Tomas's key, like in terms of improving your play, is learning the flow with the Old Forest Hunter and getting yourself into the rhythm, getting yourself using the full action windows, especially with the Kings of Winter now trying to reduce your gold. You can play around that. You can get ahead of it on the card draw while still staying safe from the actual reserve reduction. Oh, another Craven! No.
So this is not good for Petter. He doesn't know how bad this is. He doesn't know that he pulled such a strong card. So this is the window before marshalling here. The draw phase action window where he discarded down, used so you can use the Old Forest Hunter each phase.
Yeah, so it's once per phase. So we've seen two come down there. So we had it in the marshalling phase and we had it in the draw phase then.
So this is how even a low gold plot can be very effective. So that's relevant. Asha,
I think she's going to be the next Craven target because really he's looking to keep himself in place, like he's looking to. Did he take too much gold? Yeah, we're just looking at that now. It's not 2 gold, it's 1 gold coming in for the plot itself.
Yep.
So I think with Asha, she has to get the Craven, and that way he keeps himself in a situation where he can continue to avoid the unopposed. If he can get characters on the board, it's going to be the big challenge now, because he's going to probably have to yield at least 1 unopposed just by not having the characters to stop everything. So if Petter has a We Do Not Sow right now, that's something that could snowball quite rapidly.
Yeah, and from there on, that little head start Tomas is having with 5 power is not going to last long.
And it also gives a considerable reserve for him to steal as we move forward.
Yeah. Now, obviously...
that's a bit of a strange play. You got the dupes.
Yes, he got the dupe, so you can keep it.
And in that respect, like, because I was talking to Tomas, like, what's going to happen once Valor comes, and can you have these huge board Night's Watch decks? And he's saying the key there really is the plethora of unique characters, of having the dupes available, which is going to be a very fine knife's edge to look at, because on the one hand you have the dupes to protect them, but on the other hand you also have all the unique characters that are going to be hit by it.
Yeah, and being dead gross.
It's going to be a very delicate balance.
Definitely.
So the Greyjoy are really kind of picking up the tempo there.
Yeah. So this is a much stronger position for Petter than what he was in before. It's really benefited him there.
So with no ambush coming in, you have no intrigue to drop an additional ambush character.
No.
He's going to have to drop the unopposed, either on power or on military.
Now, he will obviously have to keep, because he's going to have to discard some of those cards at the end of this round, right? No?
Tomas?
No, Petter.
I didn't see how... 6 reserve, that's quite healthy. He hasn't
had a lot reduced by 1 though, so 5.
Yeah, even with that, I don't think there's...
But that's actually only 5 cards.
There's nightmares in there.
And that's only 5 cards actually.
Yeah.
So yeah.
And he's got the small characters he brought back this turn. So I don't think reserve is going to come into play this turn.
It's going to be fine. So Balin coming in with...
That's the military. We just saw the power blocked.
And yeah, he's...
Okay, getting some actual killing done.
And nightmaring Aemond using...
okay, and Aemond leaves the board.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
That's certainly going to be important for Petter.
Tomas is trying to hold on to his early lead. Like, I'm not sure if protecting his board position would have been more important there.
Probably.
And it's a very delicate balance right now, looking at the power count to the board position. Yeah. It's something I struggle with in my play. Like, a lot of the time, I'm very much a board position guy.
That was a good pull, though, from Tomas's side, because if he can get the wall out, having the kneel from the shipwright could be...
Well, the shipwright will never kneel the wall, because it's
strength
cost
3
3 if you're going first.
Cost 3.
So there, he's pretty safe.
Yeah.
But I think on this board right now, having been put that far behind by the first snow, that is still very relevant in terms of not having the king's vote be subject to it.
Yeah.
Because here,
you're absolutely right.
Although, mind you, like, there wouldn't be a tempo window. No, I think it's okay. There's still the Castle Black element. Like, I think the Lordsport Shipwright is important in this matchup, but not necessarily on this board right now.
No, you're absolutely right.
So he's got a good chance to recover with calling the banners, because he's got the 4 characters down there. And the Winter Festival, I think for now...
Obviously, you have to consider using... Now, calling the banners would give him some gold, but not enough to recover, right? Because
Well, he's got the Benjamin,
Yeah.
which is going to be coming down with the dupe.
Yeah.
So the board can actually come back quite okay.
so he's playing Winter Festival.
Yeah, and you see there Petter really trying to capitalise in the advantage with
Yep.
the two claim.
Yep.
Having reduced the board that much, having taken aim off it,
Yep.
he's trying to keep the pain on.
Yep.
Regardless of his characters being craven, regardless of the milk of the puppy, he's just trying to use the size of the military
And
characters.
this is certainly the right call in order to get that, keep this tempo up and explode it, because
I'm not sure he can force it through though, because what I found with Greyjoy over the tournament season this year is some of them, there isn't actually that many military icons. With a few
Well,
of them, it's just a few key characters that
Yeah.
really get the
Yeah.
lion's share of the job done.
it's having Theon and Asha stealth like this is obviously hampering it. But as soon as he can get one of those cravens off, he is certainly be able to push through Reds.
Yeah, I don't think he's running confiscation though.
No, he doesn't seem to. And we haven't seen rattle shirts either.
Rattle shirts he definitely has in
Yeah,
his deck,
but he
but
hasn't
rattle shirts
drawn.
it can be difficult to find the right time to play him because the 4 gold for only 3 body
Yep.
a lot of the time puts you in a tough situation
It can
where
be.
you simply don't get enough powers. Because here, right now, all he has is the 5 to attack with. He gains the 8 on defense
Yep.
and potentially more to come as we're looking at 3 gold still sitting there with the reducer.
Yep.
So it's not quite Benjamin money, but
No.
I think Tomas is quite confident he can actually resist the military attack.
Yep. So the first hunter is back, which is certainly part of the strategy
Yeah,
of
and we see the
Tomas's.
practice blades coming down. So the military defense is really there.
It's there now.
So once he holds him off and has the Winter Festival, that's him potentially up to halfway there for the victory.
And if he could get that wall standing,
Well, we're
just
still
for
waiting
a
to see the
turn
wall.
or two. Yeah, he needs to draw it first, obviously. But do we?
The power is ticking a lot. Once the wall comes down, I think the clock is
Yeah.
going to be rapid.
And there's. Did he lose the bird?
Lose the witch?
The bird.
Oh,
The raven.
The raven.
No, it's in his hand still.
I got it all over my pants.
Using a
It's
builder
the old
for
forest
one more.
hunter
Yeah,
for the bird coming back,
Yeah,
and it's
exactly.
digging for that wall.
Yeah,
It's
this is a methodical play.
so it's something worth keeping an eye out for him with reserve here. So he's going to be down to 5, and he's probably looking to see whether or not he can afford the practice blade as well.
Yeah.
But Tomasa is a really methodical player. It's one thing I saw. He's not a player you often see go into time, but he's one who gives himself the opportunity to really consider the board state. And it can be quite strange because I've seen some people coming in and saying he's playing so slowly, but there's a lot of moving pieces to his deck, and
Yeah.
his awareness of them is far ahead of what a lot of people have. And in that respect, the turns are very methodical. It's something that I try to learn from players like him to make myself better, is pushing towards that approach. Oh,
So this is a key piece of Petter's deck. This is how he will get those on the posts. But he's going second now, and they both have winter plots.
So even with that, all you need for the fish whiskers is the winter plots to be there.
Yeah.
And now with
So we have a nightmares on Sam. Well, yeah.
why?
Denied card draw, I suppose.
Because Nightmares is only until end of phase, so it's not going to affect the reserve. I guess if he's losing intrigue, then
Yeah.
he might as well use that to hold him off the wall that much longer. Because
Exactly.
now he's got fish whiskers down, the momentum. This is actually really fantastic, seeing the momentum swing back and forth.
Yeah.
From the very first turn, we saw a really
It's-
strong start from the Nice Watch, and
And
now you
then-
see the Greyjoy stabilising a small bit. And in reality, the main thing he's waiting for now is another We Do Not Sow with fish whiskers
Exactly.
to try and land it there. But
Yeah.
even so, with the 2 claim, would you, in this position, would you use fish whiskers on military or power?
Oh, it's it's hard. I mean, obviously, I think the smart play is obviously always to go for power, but the wall isn't there yet, and the board state is so delicate right now. The balance is just up there
Because you also have to consider then you have the 2 claim,
Yeah.
but do you use it to take out a key piece?
No, you
because
won't.
Rangers Party right now,
Yeah.
they're just such a massive body that perhaps it may be worth his time actually using the Seastone chair on the Rangers Party with Fish Whiskers.
Yeah.
And that could give him an opportunity to then further develop the board.
Yeah, and then but then you lose the 2 claim. But on the other hand, there are lots of small bodies that can easily be sacrificed to the 2 claims. So
Because in this position, he could easily you lose
the
Sam
reducer
and the reducer,
these-
or even the bird.
the
I'm not
builder.
sure you want the birds to go here.
Well, the builder and the reducer would be my pick.
The builder is a good body, and right now when we have no real stealth coming down
Yeah.
from the other side,
Yeah.
just having the sheer body so power restricts him to having to choose between military and power.
Yeah. Now, I think Petr should go for power here, but I think he will go for military.
Well, let's see what happens. We still have Tomas throwing out his challenges, and it's fantastic seeing the value Night's Watch can get from it, because a lot of the time it's very easy for people to settle into that momentum and having just saying, look, I'm just waiting for my wall, I'm going to sit here, and from there it's very easy to get Humpty Dumpty. You might have a very comfortable wall, but all the King's horses and all the King's men cannot save you if you're there without an actual balanced play.
Yeah.
Because
You
if
need
they
the
make
board
you-
states to support the wall.
But if they make you go first and you just automatically pass, it's such a tremendous waste.
Yep.
So having
Certainly.
that aggressive mindset and saying, I'm going to get my power from somewhere,
Yep.
is an important part to play.
And here we see it. He's making a considerable power challenge here. Strength 7, 12, 13, right? No, 12.
Yeah.
12. So this
It's a strange play because by doing this, he's
opening
conceding the
himself
military
up.
and the power.
Yeah, he is. And he's leaving pretty much all 3 challenges, 2 challenges really, open for unopposed.
So it's just the bird. Perhaps with the winter festival, like he feels he can really push it through quickly.
Yeah.
Especially if he's concerned that with the Fish Whiskers, the
Yeah.
game is going to accelerate quite a lot.
That has to be it. That has to be it. So, Fish Whiskers going in for, is that military or power? Military, it would seem.
That's the military there.
Yeah.
And that's a strange target.
Really strange target. It's got to be that he's trying to hamper to slow down the speed of Tomas's pulling the wall.
But even there, if you landed the 2 claim, there's decent odds that it would have been Sam or the bird that goes.
Yeah.
So in terms of acceleration towards the wall, that would have been quite balanced.
I think so as well. And if I would have had to pick a target, I would have picked the ranging party, obviously.
Do you think frustration could be playing a part here? Because we've seen Petr locked out of unopposed for so long, and having that Seastone chair there from setup, and it can be something that's so difficult to resist because you have the call. People want to use their cool cards. It's just fun having that much power sitting in front of you, an actual emblem of your house on the table, and you being stuck, not being able to just use it.
That could definitely play a part in this sort of. You have to consider that nerves are part of this as well. Not a lot of people have played that many tournaments this year and this season as Tomas has. So from Petr's side, this is a big tournament. He was playing, I think, in the Lincoln Regionals, which was about this size, giving number of players, but nowhere close to this level of competition.
Yeah, and this is probably the biggest tournament he's played in so far. Because,
at least this year.
From talking to him, like he is one of the original Swedish players, as I understand, playing since 2002.
Yeah. I don't know him personally, but I know of him, and he's been around. And he played the CCG, I understand.
Yeah, and he was the 2005 Swedish CCG champion.
Yeah.
And I believe he skipped all of first edition, but coming into this now from this year, we have 2 players on a very different path through the road to Stalic tournament season. Because Tomas has played in 5 of the 7 events this year, which is incredible.
That should be certainly a kind of a. It would make it much easier for Tomas to handle nerves and the pressure of this situation, but it could also weigh some pressure on him that he still hasn't won any of the tournaments, and he's done well in all of them. But
I think victory can be quite subjective, because as a champion of the lower factions, like he has pushed for those, and he was best Night's Watch in Paris. He was best at Night's Watch here today. Like he was best